Hello, everybody, and welcome to Critically Awesome. My name is Trent,
And I'm Garrett.
and we've got an awesome show lined up for you guys. We don't actually have a topic this week. We kind of are running out of things to really talk about. I mean, how are you
Oh, well, we
guys?
probably could have picked something out of the blue, but I
Probably,
think we're just going to wing
probably,
it tonight.
yeah. Our podcast have been running a little longer than I've
Which,
been.
which this may be the shortest one in the past couple of weeks we've been shooting, so.
We might actually stay within schedule in our hour time frame, or maybe even less. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. It's We get pretty engrossed in Game of Thrones once we walk through Game of Thrones, so who knows?
The sun shines on a dog's asshole every once in a while, so
Language, Trenton. I'm going to start
Con-
catching you on this stuff.
that's got to be one of my favorite expressions, though. Honestly,
Oh, man.
I was told that one time, and I don't think I ever laughed harder in my life. But so I guess we'll go ahead and get into our weekly updates. So
All right, you start off, Trenton.
well, I guess my weekly update is I finally got approved for a house. That came today, so that's big news for me. I'm gonna be getting out of this apartment, and we're gonna have our own house. And the room is gonna be a little bit bigger, so I'm not gonna be stuck, so
You may
far
actually have your
in
own
like.
room.
Well, I won't have my own room. I'll still be stuck in my bedroom.
Oh, really?
Um,
I thought it would be I thought you had a three bedroom. I thought you were in a three
we do have
bedroom.
a three. Well, we have a three-bedroom apartment, but I'm not gonna stick my desk in that Sophia's room. That would just
Oh, that's true. I guess I
so.
never mind. I forgot you
So
have
just,
two other
but
people.
our bedroom is gonna be a little bit bigger. So,
Or you can put it
um,
downstairs or something or wherever.
well, we do have an unfinished basement. Like by unfinished, I mean there's absolutely nothing down there except for the previous tenants' crap.
Hmm.
So, um, but let's see. I really, you know what? I actually started watching this
What's
week.
that?
I Hate You, by the way,
Oh,
because
what is it?
I didn't want to watch it, and then I started watching it, and I thought this is so stupid. It's just funny. Can you make a guess on what it is, Garrett?
Psych?
No,
No.
I haven't started watching that one yet.
I watched it a lot.
Yeah, or you were for a while.
It's funny.
It's funny, it's stupid, and you're sitting here thinking the whole time, why am I watching this
The
again? But
Ranch?
you can't stop watching it because it's just stupid funny. And no, it's
Ranch?
not. No,
What is it then?
Archer.
Oh, it's awesome. Oh,
Hate you for that.
I went through season 6, which was they have a season 7, of course, right now. But I went through season 6 like that, man. I just binge watched the crap out of it.
Well, I'm watching it on Netflix, so
That's
it's
where
not
that's what I
too.
was doing too. Like they have 1 through 6 on Netflix, so but
I
it's
mean, I kind
awesome.
of stopped. I
It's an awesome
stopped.
show.
I stopped watching it because I was like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to keep watching this or not because every time I do, my wife gives me that look.
There's great one-liners though.
There really is. It's like a animated Austin Powers,
Phrasing.
but
This
he's
is how you get ants.
it's so poorly animated, but it's funny at the same time. Like
Well, it's a different type of
it is
animation.
a different type of
It's like the
animation.
animation almost like how the Killing Joke's gonna be almost. That's what it looks like a little bit.
Maybe. I mean, I'm gonna watch that for sure.
But
I also watched Small Soldiers last night.
oh really?
Yeah, it's on Netflix, and I was like, you know what? I want to relive my past a little bit. That was one of my favorite movies. And then come to realize that that was Tommy Lee Jones as the
Yeah, the commander.
Commander
Yeah.
Chip Kelly or something like that. But I was like, oh my gosh! And then a really young Kirsten Dunst,
Hey,
and then that
that song that we were just singing before Trent that you were singing just before this podcast was in that
because of
movie as
you.
well.
Yeah, I maybe that's another reason
Yeah,
why
tell me what you want, whatever you really want. Just
So
tell me
tell
what
me
you
what
want.
you want, what you really, really want.
I wanna. I really, really make it. What do you say? Ah.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
There's something wrong with us, Garrett.
are
If you wanna
totally
be
right.
my lover.
Are totally right with us.
I hate that song so much. I
Yet
really
it
do.
is so catchy, though.
It is very catchy. I mean, that's probably why the small soldiers used it in their pot or in their little
Movie.
yeah, because it was very catchy, and they were trying to
Well, it was
torture
also in
them.
the '90s, so.
They were trying to torture them.
Yeah.
That was the thing was
Or was that early
because
2000s? When did that come out? Late '90s?
90s. It was the late 90s, I believe. Yeah, and we're like, I want to see toys that actually bust through the box. I was like, that's a bad idea just to think about it in the very first place. But
Imagine that now where they have like a 3-foot Batman or Superman. Or Darth,
what are these things that are
Ryle,
restraining me?
you know, the Darth Vader and all that stuff. Or you have a lot of stuff now that's bigger and crazy to
My
have.
mom bought me one of those like 3 foot.
I know, I remember
Batmans.
that. You about
And
gave it to me, but when you were
I was trying
moving.
to, yeah, I was trying to get rid of it. I was just trying to get rid of it. I didn't want it in my house. Sorry, mom. But
Every time I walk in Walmart, I think I want to get like the new Batman just to have like a display in the background. But I'm like, no.
I'm good with my pictures.
Yeah.
It's I think my favorite one is still this one. It's The Day the Earth Stood Still, or my Millennium Falcon one. Wait a minute.
Yeah, I have a Millennium Falcon one too. It's just like
There we go.
but not like yours.
Yeah, mine's pretty cool. That, and I've got a little Han Solo up there. So.
My guys are up here above me. So.
Do you all think the High Sparrow is going to be around King's Landing when the White Walkers get there? I love street photography. We will be talking about that later on in our main segment. That is a very good question, and we'll get to that here in a second. Thanks for that question. We'll think about it as we get through our weekly updates for sure. That's cool. We got somebody who's actually going along with
paying attention.
Wow.
Definitely. We'll get to that a little bit later in the podcast here. So it just can kind of continue here, I guess, with my weekly updates. Movie-wise, I watched Ant-Man last night because Savannah wanted to watch it because she didn't know who he was when we went and watched Captain America: Civil War. And so, of course, I bought it when I watched it for our movie death match. So I still had it. So we watched that, and then we watched Jupiter Ascending. Have you seen that movie at all, Trent?
I have not. I heard it was a total crap fest.
No, actually, I kind of liked it. I liked it a lot. It's a really good movie. I don't know. It's one of those movies you just kind of enjoy. It's not like an amazing movie or anything like that, but it's a good movie. And then TV-wise, just watched Psych and Game of Thrones. Nothing. Didn't really do a whole lot.
Well, yeah, besides Game of Thrones and also Silicon Valley, which you haven't watched yet, which I'm kind of disappointed in you, Garrett. Silicon Valley is disturbing. So you're going to get spoilers about this week's episode because...
That's fine.
It is going to be fine, and you're going to deal with it.
All right. All right. So next is we're going to do our weekend box office numbers.
That's
and from which I kept score from last week, and we were both right till about 4 and 5. So starting off, at number 5 was Mother's Day, which is really surprising. It's holding on to the top 5 for 3 weeks. So that made a little over $3 million. That dropped about 70.3%. And then number 4, which was a new movie that came out last weekend, which was The Darkness, which was a horror movie, which I think it's got in the top 4 here because last weekend was Friday the 13th. So you kind of had that kind of spooky feel to it, kind of like in Halloween, when Halloween comes around and all that. That made a little over almost $5 million. And then number 3 was Money Monster with George Clooney. And that made about $14 million, and that was new as well last weekend. And number 2, of course, was The Jungle Book, which made about $17 million, which that dropped about 30.1%. That's week 5 for it. And then Captain America: Civil War came in at number 1, which we all, of course, guessed that. That was a little over $72 million, and then actually dropped almost 60% in its second week, which is kind of surprising that it dropped so quick since last week. It dropped almost half since the first week of shooting.
Is it destined to be the next Batman v Superman?
Who is?
Is Captain America: Civil War going to be the next?
Oh, I don't know, because the thing is, though, which we'll get to a little bit later in our movie news, that they broke $1 billion. Captain America: Civil War.
I like that movie a lot.
But yeah, it was good. Anyways, and then I Love Street Photography. I've never seen it, actually, to be honest. I have not seen this movie yet. The movie Monster. I heard it was not as good as most people thought it was going to be. You know, maybe if it came out a couple years prior, because George Clooney is kind of on a downward slope.
You can never say George Clooney's on a downward slope. Have you seen his jawline?
I meant as in like his acting career. Like, I mean, Gravity was a really good movie and all that, but I mean, can you name a movie that's actually been in the past 10 years? What's a decent movie he's been in? You know, I mean,
maybe he's taking a break from movies.
Well, it's not that he's a bad actor. It's just that there's not a big following for him as there was back in the '90s and all that, and '80s. You know.
I think that if I was I actually kind of want to see Money Monster just because George Clooney's in it. He's kind of one of those actors to where even if the movie is a total crap fest, his performance is going to be amazing in it.
Yeah, I agree. I'd have no doubt that his acting is good in this movie. Just maybe the movie itself, I feel like it's a movie that's been portrayed many of times. And really,
I don't even know what it's about.
Well, let's see.
I know it's called Money Monster, and that's about it. And it's got George Clooney.
Let's see here. Let's see what it's about. I think I read a little bit about what it was about last week, but
Angry Birds actually came out in the US.
It came out in overseas.
Okay, I don't know why they're doing that. I think they just hate America.
Well, overseas gets it before we do. Financial TV host Lee Gates and his producer Patty are put in extreme situations when an irate investor takes over their studio.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's George Clooney and Julia Roberts. So, I mean, it's a decent cast, I guess. But, I mean, the thing is, though, most people... I don't know. The way movies are nowadays are either comics, like superhero movies, or there's a lot of. Yeah. No, I was reading. Sorry.
Your dog in the background, or actually, that was your girlfriend's dog in the background that kind of distracted me and made me laugh a little bit.
Okay, so internationally, number 5 was The Wailing, which I have no idea what this is. It's probably a indie film, I would guess. That made about $16.8 million. That was a new one last weekend. Number 4 was Money Monster, $19.7 million. The Jungle Book was number 3 at $33 million. That's in the 6th week, actually, internationally. Number 2 was Angry Birds, the movie, which made about $43 million, which is pretty decent for what it is, I guess.
I think it's about 5 years too late.
Yeah, that's what I hear a lot of skeptics saying, is that it's kind of too late. I mean, even though it is still the top paid app out there, but this should have been a lot sooner, probably. And then, of course, Captain America getting number 1 as well internationally with $156.8 million, and that was actually had an extra week. So that is it for the box office numbers there. And then the movies that are coming out this weekend, you got Angry Birds, of course. You got Neighbors 2, Sorority Rising, and
Now
Nice
there's an
Guys.
Angry Bears. What's
No,
next? Angry
birds.
Penguins.
Birds.
I guess that's
Wow, he
technically a
liked the
bird.
Jungle Book better than the Civil War.
I
Really?
still
Wow.
haven't seen Jungle Book yet.
I haven't
Have you
either.
already
Which
seen Jungle Book?
I don't know. I've heard
Which is
tossed
disappointing.
reviews amongst people I know about Jungle Book. They say it's. I heard it's good, and I heard some it's all right. It's nothing to brag about.
I really want to see it.
All right. Well, we're gonna do our little picks here, Trenton.
I don't want to do these.
Just do it for me, Trenton.
Okay, number 5 is going to be Neighbors 2. Number 4 is going to be Angry Birds. Number 3 is going to be Money Monsters. 2 Jungle Book and 1 Captain America.
What was your 3?
Money Monster.
2 was what? Jungle Book.
Jungle Book and then Captain America.
Okay.
They need to do a parody of that and just call it Captain America and have it be about
My pick, I actually, because so I think because if it drops another 50%, I mean that's gonna be pretty close to 30 million, and I think Angry Birds internet for domestic wise may actually get more than that.
Actually, wait, I changed my mind. I want Neighbors 2 at number 3.
You want Neighbors 2 at number 3?
And then Angry Birds. And
At
then
number. Okay, so what do you got number 1?
I'm going to have Captain America Stay Strong at number 1.
Okay.
And then I'm going to move, actually, Neighbors 2 to number 2. Haha, number 2. And then Jungle Book. And then Angry Birds. And then The Darkness.
The Darkness.
The Darkness. Right.
All right. Well, I'm going to go a little different, I think. I'm going to say that I'm going to go on a limb. So I think Angry Birds is going to beat out Captain America. I think Cap's going to be... Huh?
I think you're on something.
Just wait till I win. Cap's going to be second. I think that Neighbors might be number 3. 4 is going to be Money Monster. No. 4 is going to be Jungle Book. And then Money Monster is going to be 5 for me. So we'll see who wins next week.
D's will win.
You wish.
D's nuts. Got him.
Good job. All right.
So, news.
News.
Looks like Daniel Craig is no longer going to be Bond.
Yeah, he actually turned down a $99 million deal.
That's almost $1 billion. Actually, that's only $100 million. $1 billion. What, am I wrong?
It was actually, but it was the $99 million, which actually was like 68 million euros or something like that, which equates to about 99 million. It was for two more movies actually, and he turned it down apparently. And I guess
Yes.
Yes, it is Cambo.
What?
Anyway, sorry.
What you make weekly? That's cute. That's more like what I make weekly.
Yeah, you wish.
At my store. Come on.
It's a very popular CC's.
It is a very popular CC's.
But yeah, Daniel Craig actually he turned down that offer because he's prior to this most recent Bond movie, he didn't like doing it for quite a while. He actually made jokes about like kind of putting down the character James Bond and all that. The top picks for the open role really. There's been some rumors going around about Tom Henselton. Am I saying it right? Are you listening? I can't hear. Okay. I see how it is.
I was watching something about more movie news, something about reportedly the Star Wars episode 8.
8 is the
Yeah.
is
They
the yeah, I heard that too.
I was watching a video about it. So who do you think? Wait, what did you say? Sorry.
Okay, so what
Who do you think will be the next Bond?
Yeah, we'll get to that soon. But no, there's a couple picks out for maybe the open role for this, which is just rumors, of course, nothing really set in stone. You got Tom Hiddleston.
Tom Hiddleston?
Hiddleston, yeah, who played Loki, and then Idris Elba.
I don't even know how to say it.
But he was also...
He's the Thor. Thor's
gatekeeper. He's the gatekeeper, which are actually pretty decent picks, I think, for the role. Do you have any other suggestions at all, Trenton? What you think maybe make a good Bond?
Channing Tatum. I think he would be a pretty good Bond.
You think he'd be a good one?
I mean, he does pretty good on 21 of the Jump Street series.
Yeah.
And so he knows how to do the spy role and do action and make it funny. And I think that would be a good.
But would it be funny though? I mean, because usually, James Bond's funny, but it's like a classic kind of funny, you know.
I think he can play classy very well. I mean, we need to see a new style for Channing Tatum. I think that if he got put into a Bond situation, that would be a huge turning point for it. It'd be a huge turning point for him. Sorry, I had to get.
Okay.
Come on, that's a Donald Trump thing. It's
okay.
Huge. We're gonna make Hollywood great again.
I don't know, but the only thing about it is that most of all the James Bond actors who played him, of course, are British. So you think that'd be a different kind of take on him, maybe? I mean, because Channing Tatum wouldn't be. He's not British, so I mean, I don't know. Channing Tatum would be an interesting pick if we kind of wanted to go to a completely different route.
Well, it wouldn't have to be just a comedy. It wouldn't have to be a comedy. I mean, if you could sit there and just picture, just try to vision with me. It's like going into a really crappy home and seeing, all the potential you could do with that. Think about Channing Tatum. All he's done is stupid comedy films. But if you were to put him in a serious role to where he would actually have to pull out his acting chops, which we know that he has. He can act if he really tried.
He was in Jupiter Ascending. He actually wasn't. That wasn't much of a comedy, That's a pretty good one too.
Yeah, but it was also poorly directed. And you had two powerhouse actors. Well, you had an actor and an actress, and who could have been it could have been a huge movie.
Yeah,
made millions of dollars and been like the next Star Wars. But because of the directing and I don't think the chemistry was there between Mila Kunis and Channing Tatum, or maybe they just had to wait a few more years for those two to develop. I think.
Yeah, I don't know. Any other picks at all? Because I don't know. I mean, I think Tom would be a pretty good, decent pick, but I mean, you'd still kind of. I think he would make a good Bond villain, to be honest.
He'd make more of a villain, not actually a.
Tom Hardy.
The new Bond. Tom Hardy. I'm so tired of seeing Tom Hardy on the screen. He's doing everything. He can't be everywhere. Next, we're going to see him in Marvel. Where he's going to be not Bane. He's going to be Bane in the DC universe. And then he's going to be, Venom in the, Marvel universe or something like that. Maybe Juggernaut. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
So we're going to see him in the freaking Star Wars universe, and he's going to put his face there, too. I don't have anything against Tom Hardy. I'm just tired of seeing his face.
Yeah.
I'm tired of seeing that. He's like Nathan Fillion.
I think
him being Bond. Nathan Fillion.
Nathan Fillion? I can't think of it.
Firefly.
Oh.
He's too comedy. But
no, I can't see him. I can't see him as a Bond. He's not a classy person. He's more of a kind of fisticuffs kind of person. He's more, kind of.
But I'm also not a Bond person. I'm a Mission Impossible guy.
Yeah,
I watch Mission Impossible.
I'm not much of a Bond person either, to be honest. Daniel Craig is an awesome. He definitely revolutionized how different, Bond is portrayed.
I think we should bring back Sean Connery.
The retired Bond.
Mm-hmm. Bring Sean Connery out of retirement. Yeah. I gotta do one more Bond. And remember, I want my martini shaken, not stirred.
Yeah. Oh, but I think over the
have like an old Bond and a new Bond, like the old Bond showing the new Bond what to do. So you can have like Sean Connery here, and like Channing Tatum, come in as a new Bond, and he's just gonna be a smart mouthed kid. And Sean Connery's got to whip him into shape, and he's gonna throughout the movie you can see his character development and turn into just this badass Bond. I could see that. That would be a really good idea.
I think Channing Tatum's actually going to be in the new Kingsman.
I know that they're crossing over Men in Black and 22 Jump Street, so
yeah, but I think he's going to be in the new
that
Kingsman as well.
Sense at all.
What?
Channing Tatum being in the Kingsman, he's not even in English. And I swear, if he tries to do an English accent, that's just going to sound terrible.
Maybe he might have a good British accent. Who knows?
He's American though. Like British people can do American accent. I wonder if they ever pretend to have American accents. Like, do they go around pretending to be American? Like we do with English?
Maybe. Who knows?
If you're from Britain and you're watching this, let us know. That would be awesome.
All right. Well, next.
So, next thing.
As we go down that rabbit hole, next.
Welcome to Critically Awesome.
Yeah. WB is restructures its executives for their DC entertainment universe, and so essentially what that is that they're pretty much just restructuring their executives to where it'll be managed by Jeff Jones and John Berg. Which Jeff Jones actually is a writer for a lot of their the 52 DC comic books, as well as some of the newer Rebirth comic books that they're going to be coming out. I think actually late tonight. They're going to be releasing some of the newer Rebirth comic books that are going to be coming out, and he's also the writer for or the producer for some of the DC's TV series as well, like Arrow and Flash and all that. So he's really well versed in all the in comic book knowledge. Essentially, he likes to stick to what is comic book facts, and then pretty much what this is just it's going to give them the ability to be looking over everything. Give them the power to, it's the goal. The whole goal of this is for all the restructuring is to put executives who actually understand the franchise, not just like VP, a group of VPs that are, in a boardroom arguing, well, this isn't making us enough money. This is actually giving the power to people who understand the franchise and which direction gives them more direction control, And so I think this is going to be really good for DC. Even though I read, though, too, is that they're kind of modeling this after a little bit after what Marvel does, which is I kind of hope they don't, but it definitely gives the power to the producers. As you could tell, Ben Affleck is going to be an executive producer on, Justice League. And then you have the John Berg, which he has done he does Batman v Superman. He's doing Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman, and I think he's also doing the Justice League. So he's definitely well versed in what the movies, what been coming out and all that. And so I don't know. I think it's really good though. The restructuring this, they're giving the power kind of back to the producers and the directors who actually know what needs to be done for these movies, not just some VP, group of VPs that are going to be, well, this isn't making us money, so we shouldn't do this.
Kind of like, what they did with Batman v Superman. They was like, oh, well, the critics gave us a bad name because they're being paid by Disney to say that it was a terrible movie. So they're going to completely restructure everything and say that.
Now, it wasn't a flop, definitely. It was not. It made a lot of money, but it didn't make as much as it should have been. It should have been already in the $1 billion, first couple of, just like Civil War. It should have been like that, but because of the way the critics viewed it, it shot it down really quick.
Which I thought was stupid. It was a great movie. I mean, anybody else, what was your thoughts about Batman v Superman? I mean, because we've actually got people commenting this time, so we can actually get your opinions.
Classic rock.
My 5 favorite classic rock songs.
Have the viewers debate on who had the better list. That's if we had viewers besides you guys at this moment.
We've always got 4 viewers. We'll never have any more.
Also, Civil War, there wasn't a Thanos teaser, but that's because they're coming out with Infinity Wars. So
you really can't have a Thanos trailer when you've got this whole bunch of action between Iron Man and Captain America. It's just kind of, I mean, that would kind of just divert everything away from what you just saw and not, tie it in all together.
Because, like the other Avengers, there was a reason why there was Thanos, teasers, because he was the one who kind of pulled the strings in the background.
This time it was all about revenge and stuff like that, so it was kind of a movie all on its own. It didn't have any real connections with any of the movies, except for, of course, the Superhero Registration Act. But, see, we just lost a viewer because we started getting off topic. It's sad.
It's a sad world we
live in, where Batman v Super was instantly one of the all-time grossing. Where Batman v Super was instantly one of the all-time grossing movies. I'm pretty sure he missed a few words. Not sure.
Anyways, but yeah, I don't know. It's I hope this actually does some DC good. Warner Brothers and DC. I hope this actually helps them in the long run with them restructuring how their executives are and who is in charge of what. So
I think what he meant was like highest grossing films of all time, instantly.
Yeah.
And with it being one of the highest grossing films ever, it's still getting shot down saying how crappy it is. Oh my god, we have 5 viewers. Sorry, I got excited. But squirrel. Anyways, people will shoot it down and say all this other crap, no matter how good it is. If it's not made by Disney or Marvel, it's going to be crap, according to the viewers, or according to the critics. But, like I said a long time ago in one of our previous podcasts, that it wasn't Batman v Superman, it was critic v viewer. Whatever the viewer thought versus what the critics thought.
Mm-hmm.
So, I, as a viewer, thought it was a great film. But the critic, whoever was criticizing the movie, thought it was a crap fest. They were wrong.
Oh, even then, though, there was a torn between viewers as well. There were people who liked it and new people who didn't.
It's because some people follow blindly behind the critics.
Yeah.
So, but, that's just me. So, what about the Samurai Jack?
Samurai Jack will be returning to Adult Swim, Swim's Toonami in 2016. They haven't really gave much of a starter date yet. I mean, it's gonna be like the original, if not close enough to the original art style of the originals. And which actually I didn't really notice it, but the original series ran only from 2001 to 2014 and only had 52 episodes, which was surprising for an animated series. I mean, that's about it. I mean, it's going to be coming back out, which I'm actually kind of excited about. I enjoyed Samurai Jack when I was a kid. So
on that Star Wars news that I was reading, there was a chance that it was going to be called Star Wars Episode 8. Did the original series ever have a finale? Probably not.
I actually don't know. I don't know if it just ended. I think it just ended because I think it just either lost interest or it just there wasn't enough. I don't remember.
It's been too long.
And that is correct, Cameron. That is how you spell Aku. Yes.
Anyways, but on the Star Wars news, there was rumors flying around that it was going to be called the Knights of Ren, which I think would be kind of cool if we saw a movie about the Knights of Ren and how
there was some details released too about the Knights of Ren as well.
Mm-hmm. But instead, there was some pretty hardcore evidence in a video that showed a Star Wars poster that said "The Fall of the Resistance." So, are they going down the whole original trilogy path, where they're going to be, instead of doing
the rise, then fall, and then rise again?
Yeah. What Empire Strikes Back? So now it's going to be Fall of the Resistance. So are we going to see?
Yeah, because you have New Hope, and then you got the Empire Strikes Back, and then Return of the Jedi.
So is this going to be Return of the Jedi again on the next?
You mean Empire Strikes Back? Yeah, I don't know.
Well, this is going to be Empire Strikes Back, but is the 9th movie going to be Return of the Jedi, or is it going to be Return of the Force?
And I don't know, because they could. I mean,
what if it was the Force needs 5 more minutes? It was the Force Awakens. No, Force needs 5 more minutes.
Yeah. I don't know. Actually, I don't think this is actually the name of it because I feel like Disney is very sealed tight. I mean, they didn't release the movie at all to any like pre-screeners whatsoever. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't think this is actually true. The name of the episode 8. I think that I think it's in August is when it said, I think is when it's going to be coming out, when they reveal what the name of it is and all that.
Maybe.
I think it's fake. I don't think it's true because Disney is pretty good on their secrets. There's not a lot of a leak problem on that.
There's not a lot of leakage.
Yeah, leakage.
They got a plumber for that. I know. But Drake.
Next up, Harley Quinn movie is in the works.
It is, and a matter of fact, it's not going to be just a solo Harley Quinn movie.
No, it's going to have Batgirl. It's going to have like the.
That's just rumors. It's gonna, but I'm pretty sure, like what we're thinking, it's going to have. They got the Super Mario Brothers on that. Anyways, they're going to be talking about a lot of the female characters in the DC universe. So like Poison Ivy, Victoria Freeze, is that her name?
I don't know. I don't know about
a lot of
Freeze.
Enchantress.
Yeah, then you got Batgirl. So it's gonna be pretty cool because you'll see a lot more of the DC heroines and villains that are women.
I'm really looking forward to that.
Oh, it wasn't a rumor. I was saying that they were in the works, so it's gonna be a spinoff. But
Harley Quinn or Margot Robbie is going to be starring and producing the movie also. Nice. So we're going to see this lovely lady right here have her own movie. He's in the
trailer, I think he meant.
Yeah. Okay.
I know this is kind of a darker note, but Cinemark actually put in favor. The courts put in favor that they were not liable for the Colorado theater shooting in 2012.
What do your significant others do during the shows? Netflix, watching the kids, making sure they don't come in here and bug me.
Mine's at work. Or she just watches TV. She doesn't really get involved with this at all.
She's pretty much doing what we do whenever we're outside. We just watch TV.
Yeah, Pretty much. Good question, Cameron. Good question.
She'll poke her head in. Are you done yet? Oh my God, it's been 2 hours. We have a dinner reservation in 30 minutes.
Oh, whatever.
Well, we do have a dinner, but it's not reserved, so. That's why I was glad that we're only talking about Game of Thrones and it's only 42 minutes into the show.
Okay, well, let's keep going with this.
We already talked about Captain America. Oh, hey, big deal with the X-Men stars. What is that?
Okay, so what this is that, of course, you know, the 3 big actors in the X-Men, the new series now. You have James McAvoy, Michael Fassbender, and Jennifer Lawrence. Pretty much what it is that they kind of had made a deal with themselves, saying like if it's kind of an all for one kind of thing. So if one doesn't want to do it, they're all going to leave. But from the sounds of it, they're going to be staying for quite a while. So I think it's kind of cool of a thing that they're doing with that. So.
Oh, I see what he says there. Do you think Han Solo is actually dead or just laying down in some tunnel? I thought you were talking about
he's actually dead.
Significant other. So I was like, what? Just laying down in some tunnel? I don't understand. He's down there with Mark Hamill's hand. I mean, Luke Skywalker's hand. There was a hand with a lightsaber. Did you find the hand, too? I kind of miss it. So the Transformers movie gets the last night, and that little teaser trailer of the Transformer face, you know, coming out, it kind of got me a little excited knowing that Michael Bay is back on the film. It's one of those movies that.
This is combining both stories, isn't it? Because it's gonna have Mark Wahlberg and.
I don't think Shia's gonna be in it.
You don't think Shia's gonna be in it?
I don't think so. I think he's kind of just done.
Huh. But this is like I don't know. So is this a sequel to the?
I think
the reboot, or not the reboot, but the kind of.
I think it might be another soft reboot. I mean, but if it is a combination, that would be pretty cool. Then again, I hated the Mark Wahlberg Transformers. I thought it was terrible. I'd rather watch Shia go, no, go, ah! Just Shia Buffing all over the place. But I don't know how he would act in Transformers now that he's all mellowed out. Like, what would Shia be like? Be like, dude, there's a Transformer there. What's up?
Cool. What do you think about the name, though? What do you think about the official name that came out?
With it being called The Last Night, I wonder how many. I wonder if that means that.
It's the final series, final installment of it. Yeah, that's what I think too.
Or there's going to be a new Transformer that falls down into Earth, and you know he ends up being a Prime, and then he's going to be like a good guy turned bad guy. So, see, Cameron's sitting over here thinking about all the
sci-fi movie from the '90s would you remake if you could only remake one movie?
They're already doing it. It's called Bad Boys 3. Speaking of which, yeah, there is Bad Boys 3 coming out. I can't wait for that. I think that's going to be a good question for, like, next week. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
it could be. I don't know if we make a whole podcast about it, though.
We can make a pretty good podcast about it. Get Cameron Meckie on our podcast.
Yeah, Cameron, you want to be on it?
Yeah, Cameron, you want to be on our podcast? We'll give you all the details on how to do it.
Or you can come over here, either one.
What, does he live in KC-Mo too?
Yeah, he does. He lives up north. He lives in North Kansas City, and he lives in Westport, actually.
Whatever. Oh, everybody.
Okay. Well, let's finish off our news, and
but they're filming in Cuba. No.
Oh yeah, they started filming. Yeah, they started filming in Cuba.
No.
Well, not tonight.
Of course, it's not gonna be tonight. We've already got this one.
What are you talking about?
This kid. Whatever. Anyways, Planet Comic-Con is in
Kansas City this weekend. Yep, it is this weekend, guys. Planet Comic-Con, which I am going to. I am
going to dress up in his PJs and everything.
No. But I'm definitely really excited about this. It's going to be my first Comic-Con ever, and so I'm going to try the best I can to get photos, maybe some videos of some stuff, and kind of share it with the viewers and all you guys. Actually, it has a pretty good amount of special guests that are going to be out there, as well as some writers and artists, of course, from like for comic books and all that. Of course, going to start off. We have Stan Lee, who's going to be there.
It's one of his last appearances too.
Yeah. Well, this whole year is his last appearance for anything, apparently.
You have. That means he's not going to be in the movies anymore.
No, he might be still in the movies.
Is this Tony Stank?
Yeah. Haley Atwell, which she played Atwell. She played Agent Carter, and you got Tom Flinton, which he played Draco Malfoy. You have George Takei.
That's cool.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. You have Peter Mayhew. He played Chewbacca. Really cool.
He was down here in Branson for their Vision Con.
Yeah, that's what I heard. You have Lou Ferrigno.
The Hulk.
Yeah, the Hulk.
Or Lou Ferrigno and I Love You, Man. You know.
You got Manu Bennett, which he played. He was in the Arrow. He is Deathstroke. He was the actor in Deathstroke. He played Deathstroke.
I think he did a really good job as Deathstroke too.
I think so too. Let's see who else. You have the guy who played. What's the actor's name who played in Breaking Bad? Trent, the black guy.
The black guy.
Yeah.
I don't know, but he also plays the mirror in
Jenna Call. Yeah, he in Once Upon a Time as well.
Yeah.
It's Jenna like complete Carl Espioto. I don't know how to say his name. I just butcher it like no other.
Probably.
Yeah. But there's some pretty good celebrities that are going to be at this as well. And then also there is a couple artists that I want to get, which it's Jason Aaron, actually, who writes the Star Wars and Thor comic books. And so I think I'm going to try getting him to sign this book. So that's going to be pretty cool, I think, if I get it signed. So, yeah, that's pretty much it, though. So hopefully just kind of keep watching on our social medias and all that. I'm going to try the best I can to take pictures and maybe do some little video vlogs.
He was talking about, and if you watch Breaking Bad, it was Gus from Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
BA guy. My favorite character in Breaking Bad. One of my favorite characters.
But that is about it. If you have any viewers that are going to the Planet Comic-Con, hopefully I see you there. I know I got a guy I work with. We're going to meet up, and then another guy I work with as well. He actually volunteers for Planet Comic-Con, so at least I'll be going with someone, not just by myself. What are you laughing at?
It's like drinking alone.
Oh.
I'm not going to be going to a nerd fest by myself. I'm actually going with somebody else, so I'm not completely so I'm not a complete loser. Sorry.
Thanks, Trent.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
That's something I've never done. I want to do it. I think it'd be fun, but so let's go ahead and do our Game of Thrones breakdown.
Ta-da!
So this Game of Thrones this season
was epic.
This episode was just so much to take in. Oh man, I don't even know where to start.
Well, let's start off for the beginning. I mean, we started off at Castle Black, which that's when Sansa arrived at Castle Black.
When Sansa arrived,
that was just so. That was just so heartwarming. I smiled through that whole scene of Castle Black, the first scene there, because it's the first time in I don't know how many in 4 seasons since 3 or 4 seasons since they even seen another Stark has seen another Stark. I mean, it was heartwarming. I don't know about you, Trent, but I smiled through that whole scene.
I was happy. I was like, I was happy whenever I saw Brianna get back with Sansa, because I was like, oh my gosh, she's gonna be safe, because this chick can take down a whole entire Bolton squad that went out to get her. So now she's not only protected by Brianna, but she's also protected by Jon Snow,
who has come back from the dead. Wasn't it funny though how the leader of the wildlings, how like he was given like Brianna like googly eyes? He's like, oh my god, bear my children now.
Yeah, Tiffany's like, ooh, he likes her. And I'm like, really? Come on.
Which I really thought too later in the episode where they came back to Castle Black and they were eating or whatever, just kind of, they were eating and talking and all that, and you just kind of open up that scene where they were kind of looking back and forth at each other, like kind of, why are you looking at me like that?
Right.
I thought it was pretty cool. And then you kind of, in that same opening scene, you kind of see where they just kind of catch up. They're not really catch up. They kind of just remember old times. It's like Sansa's like, I was a real brat back then. He's like, you weren't that bad. He's like, no, a minute now. Take my apology and all that. And he's like, okay, fine, I will. Okay, fine. You're kind of a brat, yes.
Oh man, I'm so excited to see that Jon Snow is still technically alive, even though his watch is over with. So he's not the Lord Commander anymore, which I can honestly say I don't blame him for not wanting to be Lord Commander.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to be the way where you're not welcome. I mean, they killed him. I mean, why would you want to stay somewhere where you actually died?
That letter that Ramsay wrote.
Oh my God, he's calling Jon out. He's like, come get some if you want some.
So do you think that the North will actually side with Jon Snow?
I think so. I seriously think. Well, he has Sansa, and of course Rickon is maybe still alive.
But he's gonna have wildlings behind him. He's gonna have that wildling army behind him. He's like 2,000 strong.
But
so if the wildling army is gonna be behind him, will the North back him up because they've been defending?
I think so. I think so because North. Even though they didn't really, well, not necessarily turned on him, but the North stayed loyal. And so when there is a Stark and there is a need of something from a Stark, I mean, they will come running. Now, there might be some issues with the wildlings, but I think if you have Jon and Sansa who will, vouch for the wildlings, and all this,
do you think that now that Jon is back to life, do you think that he will take away his Snow name and become Jon Stark?
That is if he actually wants to. I mean, maybe he might find out that he's a Targaryen.
He's gonna be a Stark. Damn it. He's a Stark.
Yeah,
we're gonna keep.
I still think there is a plot going on in Winterfell to get Ramsay out of Winterfell.
I don't know, man. This episode right here made me cringe and it made me smile all at the same time, because Ramsay threatened Sansa, and nobody.
He's like, I will rape your sister and all that stuff,
and then all of my soldiers are gonna have, or then my high.
Then my soldiers, then
will take turns with her, and then if there's anything left, and I'm like, oh my God, that's terrible.
Yeah,
that is like a very visual,
it was a very poetic letter because it's very cynical.
It's very Ramsay Bolton.
It definitely is. It's very methodical. Way to get underneath your skin.
It's Ramsay Snow. I'm still going to call him Ramsay Snow because he's just a bastard to me, and not well.
And then we go to see Peter Baelish for the first time this season with Robin Aaron. And I absolutely hate this kid. I don't like him whatsoever. He's just kind of stupid. He doesn't really care much of anything. He's just spoiled, rotten. I don't know.
Yeah, that kid, I saw him and I was like, oh my God.
But you see how Peter he just flips everything on a dime. where he was being accused of how Sansa, is now in the hands of the Boltons. And he's like, well, you know what? No one else but you knew of my plans to take Sansa, take Sansa. So why did my plans get foiled? It just shows how much Peter is able to just flip things back on
I kind
you.
of like Peter Baelish.
Well, he's the reason that this whole thing started.
Well, he's got a plan behind it. I'm pretty sure he's going to try to rule the North himself.
Well, it was either have Sansa in there to where he has a way into the North, or now he's going to try and go and rescue Sansa. Kind of he's trying to lead. He leads Aaron a little bit.
He wants to kill Peter Baelish. He wants to kill Robert Snow.
Ramsay, sorry. But he see that he kind of manipulates Robin though. That's what he's been doing, where he's like, you know what, that's a great idea, even though he's the one who came up with that idea, where he was saying, we should probably go try rescuing Sansa. And he's like, you know what, she's my cousin. You're right. We should do that. He's like, great idea. I had the exact same idea. And you
I
just
can't stand
see how
that kid is the Lord of the Vale. The Vale, and I don't like the way that they made the Vale in the movie compared to the books, because in the books it's kind of like that one pass, like right before they're going into like in Lord of the Rings, that like zigzag path going all the way up to where their camp was before that huge fight at Minas Tirith or something like that. But they didn't show that at all in the movie or in the show. That huge like switchback path, and like nobody makes it, and they end up having to stop and take the donkeys off, and they have to walk.
Because it's just so vertical.
And that's why it's called the Vale. I mean, it's just impossible to get up. So,
and I think also though, since Peter is going to be trying to go find Sansa, is that with the Vale, you also have the Vale army as well. So you'll have about 2,000 wildlings, and you have the Vale maybe, who's going to be helping out. So even if the northern houses don't help Jon and Sansa, that they will still probably have enough to overthrow Ramsay.
I don't know. I think that this is going to be a huge.
The next couple episodes are going to be big. I think
they're going to be bloody.
If not, they're going to build up. They're going to be building up more. Like you're going to be
seeing next season to freaking reveal if we kill Ramsay Bolton or not.
No, I think Ramsay's going to die this season.
I don't think they will.
I think he's.
Well, how long did it take him to kill little shithead from
Joffrey?
Yeah.
Well, that was because but that's a little different.
I doubt that Peter Baelish knows that the White Walkers are coming. He's got his own agenda.
No one knows that White Walkers are coming. Only the Watchmen, the Night Watchmen know it.
The Crows.
Yeah, they're the only ones who know about the White Walkers. Everyone else does not believe them.
They think that they're just a myth. I mean, even some of the people at Castle Black don't believe it. They don't want to believe it.
No, of course not.
That's why Jon Snow brought the wildlings through, is because he wanted to save them in return for the safety and security of all the people that he had, and he just wants to help people. That's all Jon Snow wants to do. And now that we're going to see a completely different Jon Snow coming up, since he threatened
to kill Rickon and Sansa.
Yeah. The bald guy, what's his name?
That's Varys.
Yeah, he doesn't know. No. He has no idea at all.
He's might.
Got his own, no, I doubt it. He is too involved in Marine. He's way too far
speaking of that, that's where we go to the next scene is Marine, where you see Tyrion tries to he talks to the Masters. Essentially, he's trying to get them to sell out, almost like.
And honestly, his plan is
actually pretty decent. He's like, actually, I liked his view on it. He's like, I can either stop slavery today or I can stop a war today, but I can only do one.
Everyone that gets resurrected in the books comes back. That comes back. but it's strangely that would
darker
explain
than,
why
which is true. Which is true because you probably lose a part of yourself probably when you die. You know,
which is strange to think that the mountain could be darker than he already is.
He has no. That's true. Now he's just a killing machine, even more than before.
Like, I'm surprised he didn't kill the small council.
Yeah, but you see Tyrion trying to smooth talk the masters. You know, he's saying, "Hey, I know, slavery was your source of income and all that. Let's try to wean you off of it to where you be compensated enough for it and all that." And it's a good idea, but do you think Daenerys is gonna be for this idea? You think she's gonna back him up?
I think that if she ever gets out of the sacred city, then I think she will, because Tyrion's gonna tell her that it's not gonna be an easy process. You can't just tell them no more slaves. That's it, done. That's just gonna upset the system. And
that's what she did, and that's why they're fighting back.
Yeah, and what Tyrion is doing. I mean, because she wants to be the breaker of chains. Sorry.
I don't know. I think she'll back him up. I don't think she's gonna take back because she put him in charge essentially as an advisor, and so I think she'll back him up. She may not like it, but she's one of those people that don't want to, doesn't want to cause any more trouble. I don't know. She takes it. Anything that goes wrong, she usually takes it. Takes the blow of it.
The High Sparrow I don't think he has any secret powers. He's got the power of persuasion. He's got the power to tell people, "All right, we're going this way." And
he has nothing to lose.
Yeah, he has. I mean, he's got a whole bunch of people who follow him to their death, and it's just he's got a strange cult behind him. That's his power. It's the cult that he has behind him, and
yeah.
So, that's what the High Sparrow's got. And to answer your question earlier, I forgot what it was. Do you remember?
Is the High Sparrow going to be still in King's Landing when the White Walkers come? I don't know, because we haven't even seen the White Walkers since last season. And
we saw him in this last episode. Oh, wait, we saw him in the episode that is going to be coming up. We're going to see the White Walkers.
But that may be Bran's vision, though.
I think Bran's going to get stuck in that vision, and the White Walkers are going to take him hostage in his vision.
Yeah, that might be a possibility. He might get to put in his thing and just kind of.
It is actually a religion. He is a High Sparrow, yes, but he's the High Sparrow of it's like the Pope. He's basically like the Pope. He is
the High Sparrow of all the gods.
Of the
seven gods.
Yeah, the seven gods. That's what it was. The seven gods. Yeah. So he's like the big main priest, and so. Last season, I believe it was, whenever, help me with her name. It's the mother.
Cersei?
Cersei, yes. Cersei gave him power because she wanted to get rid of, somebody. So
not Marcella, right?
I think.
Not Marcella, not, Loras or anything like that, not the Tyrells, right? She wouldn't get rid of the Tyrells.
She wanted to get rid of the Tyrells. And so she was like, well, this is how it's going to happen. And so she got her wish by getting the queen put in jail. But in turn, she ended up getting herself put in jail and walking naked throughout the streets. So.
Okay, so then after you see Marine, we go to... Yeah, that was annoying as heck. Then we go to Varys Dothraki, which is the sacred city of the Dothraki. And you see Sir Jorn and I can't remember his name, the fighter. You see him get to the city finally, and they're trying to devise a way to get in and all that. So they of course decide to wait until nightfall and sneak in and all that. And then
fight their way through.
Yeah, they there's no way they can fight through. Definitely, they're just there's just too many.
Was it what 10,000 strong down there?
Yeah, or more. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this part, whenever Khaleesi and
That's the very end. Hold on.
I know that's the very end, but I just can't believe that part.
I know that was awesome.
Oh
we'll get to that. We'll get that here in a sec. Then we get to King's Landing. Of course, Queen Marjorie.
That's her name, Marjorie.
You get Queen Marjorie and the High Sparrow. They kind of do their little one-on-one.
And she finally gets to see her brother.
And actually, apparently, of course, the High Sparrow told Tommen that Marjorie will still have to kind of repent for her sins and all that.
What were her sins, anyways? Like, I'm still trying to figure that out.
Well, no, okay. So this is the theory of it that I've been
maybe deception, but
this is the theory I've been hearing. Which that's what it is. It's apparently the Tyrells have some type of plan going on for to be in the to rule the kingdom. You know, they have a plan. It's set in place. That's why, like, when you have Cersei and Jaime come into like to a small council, you know, try to get them on their side and all that, and you just get you can see that the oldest Tyrell, or the grandmother, you know, you see her. She said, you know, she's like, all this, you know, that can't happen. You know, she can't repent for her sins. You know, can't walk, because that's the problem, is that if she does repent for her sins, that she's going to be admitting to a lot of things, you know. And of course, Marjorie finally got to see her brother, and you see that he's actually a lot more beat up than she was, you know. So you kind of see that he was put through probably a lot more torture, but you see the strength in Marjorie in that scene.
That she's true like, queen.
Yeah, she's like, don't give up. We're not giving up. This is just the beginning. You know, you cannot lose faith in what we're doing here.
I honestly think that Tommen is like a really strong king. Like, he's going to be something big.
But he's getting played a lot. He's getting by Cersei.
He's still young, so
he is. But it's a thing. I mean, he doesn't know what to actually do. He tries to stand up, but then it just seems like he finds a backbone and then he loses it, you know. And then the next scene is that you see Theon. He's finally home, which is pretty good. And I didn't think he was gonna make it home.
He's backing up his sister too.
Yeah, pretty much. His sister like just dug into him though. Before that, like, his sister's like, why'd you even come back? You know, why are you here? There's no place for you here. And then he just like, he's like, I want to help. You should be the king of the Iron Isles, or the Queen of Iron Isles. And he's like, I'll back you up. I'm here to help. Which is pretty cool, I think. You kind of see Theon trying to, you know, be better at who he is than,
he's not wanting to be Reek anymore. He wants to actually be Theon.
Yeah. And of course, we get back to Winterfell. Oh yeah, we get to Winterfell, which is
what happened in Winterfell? I totally forgot. I watched it last night, but
sorry. Back in Winterfell, which the Wily woman tries to stab Ramsay.
Oh yeah.
But Ramsay stabs her first.
Do you think Sam will
wield real magic at some point? No, because he's gonna be trying to be a maester though, and maesters. I mean, I don't know if did they dabble in magic a little bit. I don't think they dabble in the dark arts, but and that is why that there's a lot more magic going on now since the dragons have came back. That is true.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was hoping that she would the woman would actually kill Ramsay, but I thought wrong. But it was kind of happening though. I think that she was gonna be dying, but she didn't even. He didn't even give
Honestly,
her
I
that
think their
much time.
storyline is so boring.
Who, Sam?
Yeah, Sam's storyline is kind of boring, and I don't really care. I mean, he's just, yay, he's got a kid, and yay that he's got I don't know, if they have a better storyline for Sam that comes up, he's kind of like reading Sansa's storyline in the beginning. It's very boring and stupid. She's just, well, then again, I'm only in the very first book, so
yeah. And then let's finish it off here. Of course, we come back to Vas Dothrak, and you see that, of course, Jorn and the gang there, they meet up. They actually get the chance to talk to Daenerys, and you see that she's like, no, we can't leave here yet. Okay, we have to do something about this. And so she meets with the council of the Khalal.
The cow.
But you meet the council of the Khalals, and they kind of talk about like what's better in life and stuff like that, which is kind of a weird thing, and all that. And they kind of bicker amongst each other back and forth and all that. And then and then Daenerys is like, you know what? I'm going to talk now. How about you guys just be quiet? And then she just kind of goes on and saying, my husband was the Khal Drogo, and this is where my son was prophesized to be the one who mounted the world and all this, and gonna go over to Westeros and conquer the world over there, and you guys over here just worrying about your horses and all that. And then it was a really cool scene, I thought, when she just like grabs the fire, like the torches essentially, and she just grabs it, and you're like, oh, she's gonna do something now, and she just throws it. She grabs it, and you're like, because
she grabs it, and normal. They were like, "Oh, what the hell is going on?"
Yeah, because no one else has ever seen this. No one actually believes that very few have actually seen her dragons, as well.
I think that would have been really cool if the dragon came swooshing down.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe it would, but it did not, sadly.
And then she rides off naked into the sunrise with her dragon.
But then she just burns down, burns down the whole. She kills all the Khalils, so pretty much now she is in charge of the Thraki army.
Yeah, she is now I guess Khaleesi, but not a cow.
She's the commander.
She's
the commander of the.
So basically, if you kill, because the way the Dothraki work, if you kill the cow,
you become the
new cow.
Yeah.
So what is she, Cow Khaleesi now?
I don't. That's just another name added to her thing.
It's gonna take forever. They made a dragon type noise. I wasn't watching the first time around. I don't know, but I am Cow Khaleesi, Daenerys Targaryen,
Starborn House Targaryen. Yeah.
Stormborn House Targaryen, breaker of chains, mother of dragons, 3-time WWE champion.
Yeah. Oh man, but what do you think she's gonna do with this army now, though? Do you think she's
gonna take over Westeros?
You think she's finally gonna head over to Westeros?
Well, she's gonna go and
back to Marine.
She's gonna go back to Marine with all of her Dothraki army. She's going to kill the slavers and everyone who opposes her. So that thing that we were talking about earlier with her agreeing with Tyrion, she's gonna be like, nah, bruh, I got Dothraki behind me.
You think? But you think that she's gonna try at least changing the ways of the Dothraki to where, because they're pretty brutal when they go on a war, onto war.
Yeah, she's gonna make them more unified, I think, and she won't have to announce her titles. She's that badass. I don't know. I think she'll announce her titles because of how badass she is. She's like, I got 13 different names, bitch.
Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see what she does with this army and see how many are actually gonna follow her.
You know how powerful she is now? she's not only got Dothraki behind her, but she's also got the Unsullied behind her.
Yeah. And then her dragons.
And her dragon. She can take over Westeros now if she wanted to. I really want to see that. I really want her to take
I want to see what I want to see out of this season is at least her heading over to Westeros.
Maybe that'll be the very last scene is her with the Unsullied.
Her landing in Westeros.
A shit ton of boats going across the Western Sea. And does she have any... They all got burned, but if she makes a deal with the slavers the right way, you know, she can get more boats. Plus, I'm pretty sure she can figure out a way to make boats.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see what she does at the end of this season. We're almost halfway through this season, too.
That's sad. And that makes me cry. Just saying. Like, it feels like we just started. Kind of like The Walking Dead. It's like, it's just started. Now it's over with.
Yeah.
I'm just glad they don't do a mid-season finale. That shit pisses me off. Now to Silicon Valley.
Yeah, you can talk a little bit about that.
We don't really need to talk about Silicon Valley.
If you want to, what was your favorite part about it? So then when I watch it, I can.
My favorite part probably is what I told you earlier at the beginning, before we start the podcast, was whenever Gavin Belson called up. What's the guy's name? Main character's name?
Oh, Richard.
Yeah, he called up Richard and said, "Oh, hey, go to Hooli's website." And then it's like, there's an ad. He's like, "Just wait 4 seconds, you can click through it." And then he's like, "Nope, this is the one that you have to sit and watch all 30 seconds of this bullshit." He's like, "Well, just hang on." And he's like, "Well, I'm just going to spoil it for you now. We just bought out Frame and all this other stuff. And so Hooli is still going to make their compression algorithm. Plus, they fired the CEO. The chick fired the CEO of
Pied Piper now. Oh, really?
Yeah. So he's no longer there.
Should they be worried about the Iron Bank? I don't know, because I mean, the Iron Bank controls everything essentially. I mean,
aren't they still bankrupt though?
They're not bankrupt. Everyone else is bankrupt. But I don't know, because you only seen a couple scenes of the Iron Bank, so you really don't know a whole lot about it. Unless you read the books, maybe. But
I'd have to finish reading them, so hopefully my Nook is charging so I can read it.
Yeah.
But anyways, I will get more on Silicon Valley later on. Maybe I might do something. I don't know. We'll figure something out. But I think now is a good time.
I don't think so. They don't fight any wars. They just
there.
Control the Westeros money. So I don't think they have an army. Because they're just bankers essentially. I mean,
pretty much. So, well, I think now is a good time to wrap it up. It's about 20 minutes overdue, so we ended up still having about the same size of a podcast.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, there's a lot that goes on in a episode of Game of Thrones. More than you think there is. We got a new
person to watch Silicon Valley, and that was just a really bad explanation of what happened this week. It's very funny.
It's awesome. It's like geek to the max, to be honest. It's
who Tyrion
shot warned me about their army. I thought. Oh, you mean Tywin, his father? I don't know. I might have to go back and watch that season then.
Maybe, I don't know. We can Google it later.
Anyways, let's kind of end this. Definitely, thank you, Street Photography, for kind of just being interactive.
For sure, made this podcast that much better. We probably would have blew through this podcast in 30 minutes if it wasn't for you. Thanks for asking questions.
It probably still would have been this long.
Just
adding more questions.
But for sure, I mean, this is why I started up this channel. This is why we do live broadcasts so that we can talk to you guys directly. You can just call me Street.
Oh, straight. Okay.
Okay, sounds good. All right. Well, we're gonna get out of here now.
Yep.
We will see you guys next week. I'm not sure on a date yet. I will let you know.
Yeah, we'll let you know, definitely.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
We try our best as best we can to keep you guys updated with when we're coming out with our live podcasts, as well as just kind of movie news, geek stuff. Like I'll be doing, try posting stuff on there from Planet Comic Con, so kind of watch out for that. Might see a lot of cast play stuff, maybe some pictures of maybe Stanley, who knows. But definitely, thank you guys for watching. If you guys have any other suggestions, maybe something you want us to talk about, let us know.
We forgot to mention the most important part of the Game of Thrones.
What's that?
We got to see her boobs again.
Oh. Oh, man.
And fire.
Right. Yeah. On fire. So,
all right. Well, we will see you guys next week.
Definitely.
So, Garrett, if you want to close it out.
Well, I'm Garrett, and I'm critically awesome.
And I'm Trent, and I'm critically awesome. We will see you guys next week. Stay
Bye.
awesome.